Okay, so we survived the night. It was super duper awesome. Still have this just amazing scenery. I don't know if Texas has better sunsets or sunrises. I guess that's probably like universal debate, but it is super duper awesome. This spot has just this amazing ridgeline where you get to see the sunrise directly over it, so that's super. Luke wanted to wake up to a fire, so for one night I saved just enough wood so we can wake up and start a fire in the morning, which is really cool. So last night got a little bit sketchy, so we hiked out. It got dark way quicker than I thought it would, and then so we kayaked back to the site so we could bring the rest of our gear and bring the wood. He really wanted to fire last night. There was no way I was hiking wood back, but somehow we just kind of stayed along the shoreline, found our different sites. These sites should be marked a lot better from the shoreline, but I guess that's really not even the idea though. But so we found L, which was really cool, and then we just hiked out to M, and then I started a fire, and then we went back to L, and then we paddled, and we were able to see the fire coming up to M, which was really kind of cool. So I wouldn't suggest at all doing that. Definitely hike out to the site, check it out. If you have a lot of gear that you want to bring in, kayaks or canoes are awesome ways to bring gear in because you don't have to carry it. And you can get the rest of the stuff in here that way, but just don't do it after sunset, just because navigating gets a lot more difficult. Or if you're gonna do it, make sure you have some visual markers. Like I use some of these trees as a visual marker. That way when you do come back out there, we had dry food last night and hot dogs, so super easy. We don't have to worry about anything. Try not to bring a bunch of food out to anything like this because you're gonna want dry food and something that's easy to make and doesn't take a lot of time, because you really don't have, you have nothing to wash your hands with, really, unless you bring out wet wipes. So, but yeah, Purtis Creek State Park is awesome. This super cool primitive site, definitely very primitive. You have to get out here. Like, it's not, there is no water, there's no electricity anywhere near here, and it does take about a mile to hike out here to your site too, depending on what site you stay at. It's like A is obviously going to be closer. We chose M, which was the furthest out. I know I was cursing that last night, but it ended up being awesome. We did have a little bit of a critter trouble last night, so I guess it wouldn't be real primitive camping without critter trouble. So a raccoon tore down our food bag that I hung from a tree, so obviously it was a little bit too smart for me. But luckily I just took the rest of it, threw it in the canoe. The canoes were already tied up, so I just kind of floated it out, and it looks like he kind of just wanted to stay out of the water. So it was safe. So yeah, keep your food in the water in a canoe and then tie it out, or hang it up higher. That's probably the real moral of the story. So day 6 of this amazing adventure. I don't know what we're gonna do today, but it is gonna be fun. Probably throw up a couple more minutes of video, and then going back to my normal regular grind. So thank you for joining along with us on these 3 little adventures. Okay, so we got everything packed up. A little bit of a crisis. Little guy here touched a coal in the fire and burned his hand pretty good. It's nothing serious, no hospitalization. It's definitely a second, close to 3rd-degree burn across his hand, which is no fun. He's kind of got his hand in the water right now, but we definitely learned a lesson. You really gotta be careful with the fire. He's been taught about the fire. He knows about it, but just for some reason he grabbed a little piece of metal that was in there Maybe he thought it was a twig or something, but those are kind of the things. This really isn't necessarily a lesson for kids or anything like that. This is more for parents, that kids are going to do this. They're going to scrape a knee. They're going to get hurt sometimes, and it's just it's up to us to not freak out and not panic, and just to very calmly let them know that this happens. It's not fun. Nobody likes it. It breaks my heart seeing that he's in any pain whatsoever. If I could just take it away from him, I could, but we hunkered down. We have a couple of...
Back up to the tree.
We're going back towards the trees. Okay, well, we're going to keep going. We put some burn cream on it. Always have burn cream and insect bites and like children's Tylenol, just stuff like that. Just make sure you always have that, because you never know when little ones are going to get hurt. I'm adding lots of stuff to the list, like Imodium if he accidentally drinks lake water and gets a tummy ache, or just the food gives you a tummy ache. I'm adding, well, I have children's Tylenol. That's a good one to have. Children's Pepto-Bismol is really, I know, I'm so sorry. But these crises do happen. This is one of those situations that it just happens. It's nobody's fault. You can keep your eye on them 24/7 and try to shelter them as much as you can. But this stuff will happen no matter what. So again, don't let this discourage you from having adventures. His hand will heal. He will be fine. And he learned a really good lesson about fire safety. He had to learn it the hard way, which is a bummer, but you know what? I'm hard-headed too, and sometimes I have to learn stuff the hard way. But he will be all right. Once I get to the car, I'm gonna let him sit for a minute, play on the phone, kind of get his mind off of it. I'm gonna wrap it, and then ice it, put some more burn cream on it.
No more burn cream.
Okay.
Just wrap it around.
Okay, so I think we're just gonna call it, unless he really has a good feeling about going out to go camp some more. Other than that, we're just gonna hit the road. This park was amazing. There's some awesome trails. I know we're coming back. I know we're gonna hit the trails. It was almost a trail just to get there.
Never come back here.
Oh, well, right now he is not liking the spot, but I'm sure he'll change his attitude once his hand feels better. So again, this is probably it. We're calling it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and kind of thank you for surviving with us through this crisis. So again, it is Purtis Creek State Park. It is amazing. You should definitely check it out. I did want to add that we put the gear on the kayak, just showing you again, kayaking gear out, way easier than on your back. So if you do have the opportunity to do that, do it. We're gonna head back to the car now, so this little guy can give himself some distraction time. Okay, with his hand in the water, he is feeling a lot better. Just want to kind of update everybody so they don't think that he's tragically traumatized. I also wanted to say, check this out. I cannot believe that we navigated this last night with all of these trees. It's like literally a maze, especially with the gear, but we did it. You want to go? Oh, he wants to keep moving, so we're gonna keep moving. Okay, we made it back. He survived. He has his hand. Alright, get you some ice. We're gonna get him some ice. He has his hand in a bucket. His hand in the water seems to make him feel, yeah, I'm gonna get the cooler with the ice. Seems to make him feel a lot better. I do not have children's Tylenol. I thought I did. I do not. I do not also have burn cream. I have itch cream, or insect cream. But I'm just gonna Google it. I'm pretty sure it's close to the same ingredients. But either way, I'm sure there's something close. We can get some. Not a big deal. But yeah, make sure you bring burn cream, insect bite cream, and children's Tylenol or aspirin. But we're surviving, we're making it. He is actually in a better mood. He's changing our site from reserved to available. So he's helping. That's not our site, that's A. You gotta put that back as available. Our side is M. You got to move it to A. It's got to go from, our side is M, so it's got to go from R to A, which means it's available for the next person. I carried a slew of gear on my back, and I still have the kayaks, so it's only like a 200-yard trek, so not a big deal. But yeah, if he takes his hand out of the water, he's not feeling as good, so I think we're just gonna head out and call it. But it was super fun. Little man wanted to do a PSA announcement, so he's gonna give us all a PSA announcement so that this doesn't happen to any other little boys or girls or little ones.
So do not touch any fire when it's burnt or off.
Or else what happens?
You have to go to your cooler and put some ice in your water in a bucket.
Does it feel a lot better now?
Yes.
Okay, are you real brave? Yep. Again, this guy's my hero. Father's Day weekend. Hero, hero, hero out here, so. Okay, final update. He is a lot better. Just to give you a full evaluation update, I did Google some stuff. He does not have a 3rd or 2nd degree burn at all. It's just a surface level burn. It's not even really hurting him that much anymore. I'm probably gonna wrap it and then put some cream on it. But yeah, I just wanted to update you all because I did not understand how severe a 2nd and 3rd degree burn is. It's just a surface level burn. So although he was a little bit freaked out, he learned a good lesson, and we're just gonna wrap it, and he should be okay. So also to update, you cannot use anti-itch cream on burns because this just has hydrocortisone, and burn cream contains lidocaine.
I hate burn cream.
Yeah, he does not like burn cream. And benzochromium chloride as well, so definitely not the same stuff as itch cream, so make sure you have both, obviously. However, we did put some antiseptic and some triple antibiotic ointment, which contains at least petroleum jelly to soothe it a little bit, but he really seems to be better with the water. So again, we're out of here. I don't think we're gonna wrap it and try to push through. He's not super happy. Again, I'm gonna put this back in the video when I said 2nd or 3rd degree burn, so nobody freaks out. It was just a light 1st degree burn. I apparently don't know that much about burns, but if it was a 2nd or 3rd degree burn, definitely research and know your burns. Those you want to immediately seek medical attention, and do not just put your hand in water if you get a 2nd or 3rd degree burn, just to be in case.
And just put your hand in water.
Okay, so ice water will definitely cool it in that situation,
And make it feel better.
and make it feel better. But if you do get a 2nd or 3rd degree burn, especially with the little one, immediately go to the ER. That's going to be the suggested case. Again, this was an amazing adventure. This park is awesome. I would suggest anybody do it 100%. And this is kind of the layout. So we hiked all the way through here, all the way through here, and then when we got the kayaks, we dropped in right here, we cut all the way out, all the way around, and that last cut in right there, that's where we camped. So that's where we navigated to. This park, like I said again, it's not super far from the DFW area, so totally worth checking out. We did talk to a bunch of people who have been swimming here all week. and they have no leeches, so I think the leech thing is really just more precautionary, just in case it's just going to freak you out and ruin your experience. But those little kids swim in. Again, they've been here all week. They have seen no leeches. I didn't see any leeches. We're not going to swim. We're kind of over that, unless he just has a huge change of heart. But this is it. This is the end of the journey. So I feel super rested, super refreshed, and things like this just get me my head back in the game. You know, I work in a very busy, salesy job, so I'm just dealing with a million tasks at once, and this just kind of like lets me slow down, enjoy life, and then when I get back to it, I'm just more than 100 million% better. So this is it. This is the end. This is it. This is the end of the road. I just want to say thank you if you watched this, for going on this journey with me. Super duper fun. I'm glad to share this. This is super duper my passion. So I would love it for it to be everybody's passion, because it is so great to get out in nature, and these are ways that we can help conserve the planet and conserve areas and give a lot of respect to this. I feel like we kind of went through like a period where this was really, really popular, and then it's kind of died down, and now it's coming back. So I think it's an awesome movement, and if we just use this energy to push this movement further, maybe parks can just be full, and people can be super happy checking out nature. Kids can learn stuff, and we'll have a whole new set of geologists and biologists and nature enthusiasts. So again, if you haven't done it, take your kids out. You will not regret it. Even if they get little minor first-degree burns or scratches or knees, they're still going to remember these good experiences forever. Y'all come back.